I want to clarify. I think it's clear in the video that I made, but I'm going to repeat because somebody said, oh, I mean, some people are taking from this that, oh, social services aren't worthwhile, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying some people in any system will take the surplus or the charity or the leftover or whatever that seems free because it took so little energy to get it. And they'll call it free. And then there's other people that will see systems where it takes so little energy to get something it seems like free. If we could get 0 point energy or something, it would seem free, but it still wouldn't. It's going to take something to get something and so on. But since you can find things that take so little energy, and especially, there's economies of scale and reasons to share, there's plenty of reasons to have social systems because that, it costs us otherwise. If you don't give, it's kind of like some people don't really deserve their civil rights because they're criminals, and they were criminals before they lost their civil rights. Well, maybe we shouldn't give them civil rights until they prove they're not criminals or something. No, it works by you give everybody their civil rights and you fix this problem of criminals afterwards, after they've blown their chance, And it costs you not to do that. I mean, social services are justified on the same way. You know, yeah, people don't deserve a free ride in that sense, morally, but as humans, it's not a matter of deserving. It's a matter of, you don't deserve a free ride from your parents either, but they give you one. It's a human style of life. Not all animals are like that. Some animals hatch and they're on their own. Okay, but you weren't. You were born into one of the longest, you know, nesting periods ever, and then you're going to grow up and say, oh, we shouldn't help other people. Well, what do you mean? That's how we're social animals. And, there should be fairness to it. And if people are abusing it, and I was talking about how people can habituate to social services, and I said ideally we don't want that. But I think some people are going to, and that's not a reason not to have social services. I mean, I wouldn't want to habituate to that, and plenty of people that do habituate it don't, but they just get in this position of being stuck. Whatever. I mean, it's perfectly legitimate. And I think thinking about the TANSTAAFL thing is just a matter of engineering. You're going to figure out how much something like that costs, all the different constant costs, and what are the benefits. And it really doesn't take many people to use social services in a productive way for it to be totally worthwhile. If just 1 in 10 people are using it that way, that's worth it. Helping that one person to move on is certainly worth people that are becoming dependent on it, especially if you make the system healthy enough that dependency on it includes having a chance to get education and the children of people getting educated, because there's always more generations, and just keeping everybody alive in a as healthy a possible manner is productive, because some of those future generations will have learned the productivity, and will have you know helped the system just like they were helped. And so yeah, I mean, suggesting that we cost everything or cost benefit analysis, you shouldn't assume that that's going to mean, oh, let's not do anything nice for each other, because that's so pessimistic. It's as if it doesn't work out, as if it's not efficient or um, beneficial to work together. That's a really bad assumption. It is beneficial, generally speaking. It usually is if you're really working together. But it's not necessarily that easy to find things, because of physics and the laws of nature sometimes intervene on our plans to work together, and we have failure together. But when things do work and you work together, usually, yeah, it pays off. It's economy of scale. That the concept is a recognition of how generally true that principle is, and how much it's behind, of course, human success. So, yeah.